Delayed gratification.
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
Okay.
I want to talk about it. It's because at what point do you allow yourself to enjoy what you've built? So I'm all for delayed gratification. I think, but if you're living the entirety of your life working today in the pursuit for a tomorrow, what are the rules for that tomorrow to be realized?
From my point of view, it depends on where you're at. For me, I was delayed gratification 1,000%. I was living off of $46,000 a year through my sales job up until I hit financial freedom. Once I hit financial freedom, then that conversation switched. Then it was like, okay, now I can not have to have this total crazy delayed gratification. I can go have some fun. But I think for people starting off, especially those people like us that were in corporate and they have the aspirations to have that time freedom, financial freedom, I think the delayed gratification is necessary. What's your thoughts there? Because it doesn't take that long. I think that's also what people don't realize.
Yeah,
that you do a great job of explaining.
It's an investment. I know so many people that are worth so many millions of dollars, and they're still they're 45. They're still delaying gratification because they are at 4,000 units and they want to get to 10,000 units. I'm like, okay.
I think that's a different topic.
I mean, yeah, but it's the same symptom. It's the same disease. It's the same thing. So I'm like, here's my jam with it. There is no there to get to. So it's the getting to the there that is the life.
The journey.
So there's this thing called live your dash. So it's like you have your birth date and you have your death date, and there's a dash in between on the tombstone. And that's your entire life. It's the fucking dash.
Crazy, huh, if you think about it like that.
On the tombstone. That dash represents every decision, interaction, idea, thought, and belief that was you. That dash. And I'm like, dude, I don't even know if I'll make it to 40. We're not guaranteed that. So I'm like, how can I mix investing for tomorrow with enjoying today? And there are so many people that have bigger portfolios than me. They have more cash flow than me. They have more experience than me. But I think that I'll look back on the way that I live my life 20 years from now, 40 years from now, God willing, and I'll say, I think I did it right. Because I do like a 75-25 split right now, to where it's 75% really, really hard work, 25% really, really, really hard play.
AKA Europe vacations?
Yeah. So, I mean, I call it earn your summer. So earn your summer is, set a big vacation, set a big reward, set a big thing with your family that's so big and obnoxious and expensive that you're like, okay, cool. Now I've got 6 months to set goals that would warrant this reward. And I've reversed goal set. And I've done it for 4 years, and I do the biggest, hairiest goals. And I hit them every single time because I'm like, dude, I got to hit that goal, for this kind of reward. And it sounds counterintuitive, but it works for me. And I think the answer is seasons. So season 1 of your life is you are signing on a dotted line that you are willing to, just like in college, invest 4 years for a degree. You're willing to invest 2 years of grind to unlock the remaining 40 to 60 years of your life. So you are investing that 2 years of grind, and I did that. And that was for sure delayed gratification. And today, let me explain that I still don't blow all my money. I still save the vast majority of my money. But it's just now, I'm like, we talk about rainy day funds. Why don't we talk about a sunny day fund?
Yeah, I like that.
Like, why ain't nobody talking about that? Why don't we take a percentage of our income and save it for all the worst case scenarios that will happen? Why are we not also taking a percentage of our income and we're like, I'm going to spend this on the most useless, nonsense, bullshit, fun things that are just going to give me an ROH, a return on happiness. And so I think that's what I'm going to do in the future. I'm going to experiment with that next year. I think I'm going to take 10% of my income, and I'm like, whatever that may be, maybe it's 100,000, maybe it's $1 million. And it's like, okay, cool. I'm just going to spend this on stupid things that are fun, or like at least an idea of fun, and then do that. So I think maybe a percentage-based allocation is the answer.
Yeah.
for your time and for your resources. But I just don't see. I don't know, man.
Also, some people, and I think for us, for sure, our work is also fun. Like our grind is fun. And if we're with the right people and the right relationships, it makes it even more fun. Like
that should be the point. The point of life should not be to become a millionaire. The point of life should be to build your work to where you cannot distinguish it from play. But, constraints are required. There needs to be some bumpers. There needs to be guardrails. Because if I could go back to me at the beginning of my entrepreneurship journey, post-financial freedom. So a lot of this conversation, ladies and gentlemen, is like post-financial freedom. So like you do it because you're only 2 or 3 years away.
Yeah.
Like I did it, Jesse did it in 2 different ways. And we still did it 2 years-ish.
Took me really 10 months once I started investing in real estate.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, from the beginning, for me, it was like 2 years and some change.
Yeah, about 3 in total.
Yeah, I'd say 2 to 3 years from scratch, from zero, even for people in debt. 3 years, you can be financially free with intention. That's just the investment that you must make. But that's like after that, man, it's really, I wish that I could have said, or I would have said, I want to build my company and I'm only going to work 4 days a week. And like you build that container. Because if you just say, I'm going to go build this company.
We're working
and you're working your play. Yeah, bro. I'm still today anxious when it's a Saturday or a Sunday. And I'm like, wait, I can't work right now. Like, or I'm with someone. I'm like, yo, like, I want to go like work. There's really nothing for me to work on. And if I just like condense that into 4 days, I'm like, I can only work these 4 days. Nothing else exists outside of these 4 days. This is my work hours. And if I would do that from the beginning, I think I could have built the same. I really think I could have built the same business, but with constraints. So that's why when everyone's like, "Oh, I'm too busy. I got my kids. I got soccer practice. I got everything." I'm like, "Good. Stop bitching about it and start like celebrating your constraints. You need to celebrate your constraints because your constraints they're gonna force you to be better at hiring, better at systems, better at processes than I am, because I'm going to absorb all of that work into my personal life. But you can't. You don't got the option. You got to build constraints. What do you think about this? You're working on the same thing as I am.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, I always think of the single moms out there that are, got so much going on and somehow they're able to do it. I'm like, all right, why is it taking me 7 days to do what they could do in 3 days that are all broken up and they got kids crying everywhere? Like, it's so impressive.
It's Parkinson's law. The amount of work, the work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing when you were in a college and you have this midterm that's due or at the end of the semester or whatever, and you wait until the last week and then you somehow complete the entire semester's worth of work in a week in a project and you knock it out. It's the same thing. When you just give yourself a certain time window and say like, hey, this is what I'm doing by this time. So it's the same thing with financial freedom. Like if people just took their goals and they just put a more aggressive timeline to it, I call it directional, sequential, tactical clarity. Bro, like the biggest thing that changed my life was not my goal of financial freedom. It was my goal of financial freedom shrunk down to, how do I do it in 6 months? Just that.
Yeah.
And I started thinking of things different because I was like, the strategies I'm doing today won't build that. So if you give, it's like ChatGPT. It doesn't matter what ChatGPT is. It matters about the questions that you're asking it. So it matters the same thing with your brain. You have to ask your brain certain questions certain ways, and you need to give the proper prompt to give you a response because your brain's really good at coming up with the responses. So it's just like, if I would have just built that and been like, yo, how do I do this in 6 months? I figured it out.